Before I get started here. That is not where I want to be. There we go. I'd like to let you all know that we are very pleased to have the opportunity to present to you today. FloodWatch actually finished second recently in the Rochester Business Plan Contest and was a finalist in the Syracuse Creative Core Contest, which had over 100 applicants. The company will be bringing a series of game-changing, patent-pending water detectors to the marketplace. These detectors will be the only ones that do not have to be in contact with water to detect it. Our mission is to become the preeminent company for water detection in the world, and we're going to have two basic goals. First is to protect building owners from the costs associated with water damage due to plumbing and appliance failure. Second is to protect people and entities from the cost and injuries associated with slip and fall incidences due to wet floors. Every year, plumbing and appliance failures causes about 2 million insurance claims to be filed, in total about $7 billion. But the money is only part of the equation because there's a time and aggravation involved in actually cleaning up the problem, the loss of irreplaceable items, and of course the loss of the facility while you're trying to do all the repairs. But what makes this even worse is that water damage can be the tip of the iceberg. It's quickly followed often by toxic mold, which is another $7 billion a year problem. And what makes toxic mold even worse is that by law, insurance companies in almost every state do not have to cover toxic mold losses. Okay. Turning attention back to slip and fall, the average worker slip and fall accident costs about $19,000, and the average customer litigation, as you'd expect, is well over $100,000. Okay. From an opportunity on the plumbing and appliance failure, if you look at the commercial world, FloodWatch will be able to support people in public restrooms, hotels, laboratories, dormitories, etc. In most of these cases, we will be the only effective solution for that situation. Over 40 million units in the commercial potential. On the residential side, you're looking at vacation homes, obviously main residence homes, as well as condos and apartments. Over another 130 million sites that FloodWatch could be playing. Okay. Additional market opportunity will come from the slip and fall side for restaurants, grocery store aisles, etc., as well as the fact that we can take our technology into hazmat applications such as oil spills and hazardous gases. Okay. FloodWatch is the only market product that does not have to be in contact with water. Okay. It mounts on the ceiling exactly like a smoke alarm, and it can work over any type of floor surface. It can be wood, carpet, tile, concrete, etc. And it can work in any kind of room. It is essentially water protection for where we work and where we live. Okay. When FloodWatch discovers water, it quickly sends a signal down through to the Security Monitoring Center, which immediately lets the building owner or facilities manager know that there's a problem, because obviously quick reaction is key to minimizing the damage. But as we all know, we can't necessarily be there, for example, if you have a seasonal home. So what the building owner has the option to do is implementing an automated water shutoff valve. That way, when water is discovered by FloodWatch, within moments the water supply is turned off, and in over 90% of the situations, the damage is automatically minimized. Okay. We have gone through 2 generations of prototypes. The second prototype has been tested at Doyle Security in Rochester. Doyle is a top 50 security alarm company. Our go-to-market version is under development, and we expect to complete that in the July to August type time frame with a manufactured, assembled cost of under $20. Okay. Once we've finished our initial product, we're going to expand our portfolio of products. This is a subset of the list. We'll be bringing out products for high ceilings, such as for warehouses and museums. We'll bring out multi-function units, products for slip and fall, and of course for the hazmat marketplace. Okay? Putting this in comparison with the competition, all of the competition has to sit on the floor to detect water because they have to be in contact with it. They have a very small detection area, about 1 or 2 inches. In contrast to FloodWatch, will have a circle around 40 inches in diameter. The biggest issue being is on the floors, they're a safety hazard. This is what keeps them from being able to use in things like public restrooms, hotel rooms and stuff, where FloodWatch is going to be able to play. So at the end of the day here, FloodWatch is really a far superior solution and can be utilized in a lot more applications than the competition. Okay? Our initial market thrust is going to be to go through the security alarm marketplace, which has upwards of about 35 million customers today and gains about 1 million new customers each year. Okay? The marketplace uses a two-tier distribution channel. Our customers will be the distributors who in turn sell to the security alarm dealers, which is about 12,000 just in the U.S., of course, in turn sell to commercial and residential. We will complement our own salespeople with a team of manufacturers reps across North America. These people will help us work with the branch locations of the distributors as well as with the large dealers to make sure that they're aware of and push our product to their customers. Okay? Our two strategic partners are Triad and Honeywell, the two largest distributors in North America. As you can see here, our distribution agreement with Triad is signed, and we're close to signing an agreement with Honeywell. The two of them cover over 80% of the security dealers in North America. Okay? But we've also been talking to a lot of the large security dealers in the marketplace. These companies, once we've introduced them to FloodWatch, typically within 10 minutes have already decided that they want to sell it. Okay? But the security alarm market is not where we're going to end. We're going to expand into a lot of other channels, such as IT telecom, the plumbing supply market, and others. Okay? Our FloodWatch management team is led by myself. I've been described as a serial entrepreneur, and I have 25 years of experience in leadership positions on the marketing and sales side. And I have about 3 years now experience in the security market. My co-founder was Joe Girardi. Joe has experience of delivering over 50 technology contracts to successful conclusions. Our manager of engineering is Tom Rockwell. Tom has over 7 years of experience developing security market products. Our VP of sales would be Steve Throp. Steve has over 20 years in the security industry, and most recently was the director of national accounts for GE Security. As you can see here, we have a large list of advisors from the business, security, manufacturing, legal, and accounting arenas to help ensure that we are successful. And as you can notice, a couple of them up there are customers of ours. Okay? Business operations, we're going to be very heavily revolved on an outsourcing model for many of the functions because that will reduce our financial risk as well as the amount of cash that we need to run the business. Okay? It'll also ensure high-quality results and efficiency, because we're going to be working with a lot of world-class companies. Okay? From a financial projection standpoint, the numbers that you see here assume an $800,000 capital infusion in 2010, and that sales will start in January of 2011. 2011, we expect to sell 65,000 units, have revenue of over $4.6 million, with an EBITDA of $362,000. With steady growth, this is not a hockey stick, guys. In worldwide expansion, we would sell over 680,000 units in 2014 with revenue of $75 million and EBITDA of $28 million. Okay? Our financial model, we're going to maintain approximately a 60% gross margin on our products, and where we reduce our operating expenses down to around 25% by 2014, and increase our income from operations up to around 37%. The reason we're able to do that is because most of these products will use the exact same electronics in them, even though they may have more function and more value to our customers and higher prices. We'll also be running the same products through all the same channels, and therefore have a lot of market and sales leverage. Okay? We need about $800,000 to reach cash flow stability. First $300,000 would help us to pay for all our activities that we need to be done to be ready to go to marketplace. Okay? The next $200,000 would be for a short production run, as well as providing units to the distributors and dealers for their internal testing prior to actually shipping for revenue. The additional $125,000 is for our first large production run of 5,000 units. The additional $300,000 is for working capital, which we would supplement with accounts receivable borrowing, and we would be cash flow stable in 2011. Okay? We obviously have the normal options for payback for, we're going to increase our employment up to around 36 in 2014, have positive impact on a large number of companies in New York State. At this point, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to present, and I will leave you with a quote from one of our strategic partners. Thank you.